a time, the gods were unhappy with humanity because they had destroyed and disobeyed nature. So the gods destroyed everything they had created. But soon the gods realised their fatal error and stopped, not because of men, but because nature did not deserve to withstand their fury and war. So they decided to create a rainbow as a pact between the men and the gods. But over time, men started destroying nature again, so the gods started to fade the rainbow away. Soon they realised if the rainbow kept away, all nature will soon fade away too. So they brought back the rainbow, but they needed a bit of help. So to stop this, gods decided to look for some brave builders to start redoing the rainbow to restore it to its original meaning, which was a pact with gods and nature. The gods are happy to finally find brave builders who are going to restore the true meaning of the rainbow. Hello guys, I'm Rebecca from Beccascreations and welcome back to a brand new video guys. This is a brand new video in the Sims 4 Build Battle Rainbow Challenge. This is one of the last weeks. I'm not sure if it's the final week or the second to last week. I thought it was 7 weeks, but now I'm hearing it's only 6 weeks, so I don't know. You might get an episode next week or you might not. But anyways, if you guys don't know what the Rainbow Challenge is, it's basically a challenge where each week you get given a theme and a colour and you have to make a build basically on that theme. We've had a lot of different builds. We've had like beach houses, we've had Victorian houses, we've had a grand mixture, but this one's like the most random one ever. The theme this week was the colour purple and we had to make a treehouse and I was like, what's treehouse? It came out of nowhere, but yeah, I have literally never made a treehouse in my life in The Sims. But I tried to make the one as best as I could. If you guys like it, then let me know down below. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like, I like it. But then, I don't know. It comes as like a floating house, so it's like kind of really weird. But I think the vibe definitely gave off the treehouse vibes. I'm definitely really happy either way. Whilst we're here guys, remember it's a competition, so you do have to vote in between the numbers 25 and 100, 25 being the lowest and 100 being the highest. Also guys, there are lots of other competitors as well. They are all linked down below, all their channels and stuff, because they're all very nice people as well, so they're all linked down below. And the creator themselves are Sims Community. She's also very, very kind too, guys, so all the links are all down below. This build in general was definitely a bit of a complicated one, so like I said, I had to do like a floating house thing. And the best way I could find to like make the little side huts, which is kind of like the second floor but not really, but the way to make it look like it's raised a bit higher than the main building, I had to essentially use like a cheat. Because you know, like when you have the what is it, the raised bit, you know, like on the side view at the bottom in the corner, guys, it's really hard to explain, but you know the picture in the corner right now of the house, there's like that little under bit underneath where the carpet bit is, and you can like and you can use that button to like add stilts to the bottom of your builds and stuff. And if you can use the little raise thing to raise the level of the build, and if your build happens to be on like the 3rd floor, it won't automatically give you like stilts or anything, so it looks like the house itself is raised higher than on like, it looks like it's raised higher than a 3rd floor, which is kind of weird, but it doesn't look like the build is as high as the 4th floor. I'm going to stop talking because the more times I keep explaining this, I'm going to wander off somewhere, aren't I? But essentially I cheated that a bit, but I think that technique by using the levels tool on like the 3rd floor of the house really made it look like that small building is raised a little bit higher but not too high, and I think that effect definitely came off pretty nicely. So if you guys ever want to use that, you can use that. I don't think I explained it very well though, got to be honest, but yeah. I had a huge problem though with the levels, because like I said, because I used that cheat, the Sims game got really confused, because I guess I'm trying to connect the stairs to the main building, but it wasn't liking it, so like I said, I cheated and kind of messed around with the levels a bit to make it look like the build's a bit higher than the 3rd floor, to make it look like it's raised a little bit. But that really confused the build, so it meant I couldn't really go into as much detail at the end of like making like a cool bridge or like back, or like I was thinking with light today, but like I couldn't create like a a balcony area or anything, because all the build and the stairs and the levels are all like on different levels, and it just wasn't going together very well, so I had to not put as much detail into that sort of area, unfortunately, because I literally couldn't. But yeah, that was a sacrifice I was willing to make, though, because I wanted to make it look like this house was in the trees, but not too high in the trees, not too low. I had to find the perfect position, basically, and it was just like, yeah, it kind of ruined the amount of detail I could add at the end, but I still think I managed to pull off something pretty cool. Honestly, without the trees and all the bushes surrounding the build, this build would look so lame. It's literally just a floating house with a little tiny floating house next to it. I'm not sure how treehousey this place looks, but I think the scenery definitely helps a ton, because or else it's like, oh my gosh, you just built a floating house. But yeah, I did come across a problem as well, because like I said, because the house looks so like it's in the air, it doesn't look normal, so I had to add these little poles underneath the build to make it look like the house is actually held on to something, or else it just looks so weird. So I had to use those later on to make it look a bit like it's got some sort of stilts underneath it, but not too many. I don't know, I'm rambling a bit, but anyway. I hope you guys have enjoyed the build. It's my first attempt of a treehouse. It is in the gallery underneath my name at Beccascreations if you guys are interested. But yeah, overall this challenge has been lots of fun if this is the last week. You know, I've met so many nice simmers. The builds have been so experimental and interesting. They've actually inspired me to like make them sort of builds more often, you know, instead of just like repetitive Disney builds all the time. It's kind of been nice to experiment with different styles in that. And this is one of the ones where it's kind of like really paid off experimenting with this stuff with like a different style. It's like I just love it, and I used so much debug in this build as well. I do apologise, but the debug did help a lot with the whole environment I was going for. I really wish I could add like a beautiful extended balcony, but I couldn't because all the levels were messed up. But I had to sacrifice it, so it could look like my build was like not. I would explain that one night. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this build. Remember to like, subscribe, and like I said, please do vote as well. This is the final week. Let's go out on a bang, guys. Let's really go for it. And yeah, I will see you all soon. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Bye!